For the bench, you will need one 8-foot 2x12, three 2x4s that are 3 feet each, a pound of 3-inch screws, although you only use about 24 or 25, and a pound of 1 1/4-inch screws, and like I said, you only used about 24 aside from wastage. You will need a screwdriver, preferably ratcheting, and a power drill is very helpful, but you can do it with just a screwdriver if that's all you have. The boards can be cut at Home Depot or the lumber yard. Cut the legs to 16.5 or 17 inches to put the top right at about 18 inches. I made mine a little bit taller because of the particular dimensions of my power rack and where the liftoff points are. So I made mine slightly different, so it'll work for my situation, and you may have to adapt for yours. So this is the pile of lumber waiting to become a 1,000-pound capacity bench. Here in the carport floor, you'll see everything you need to build a 1,000-pound capacity bench. The tools, eye goggles, brackets, screws, drill bits, the main board for the bench, the 2 legs, and 3 2x4s to build the bench. placing the brackets on the inside under because they were a little bit too long for the outside corner. Let's get them on up there. Got one screw in already. Trying to get this in. Well, this one will wiggle this way out. Let's get that ready. Okay, on there, through the hole, and in the hole you go. Trying to show you can do this with basic hand tools. If you don't have access to power tools, if you want it bad enough, you can make it happen. There's that. Then gotta fix that. There the other. There are the screws. Go. There. Get a screw that's kind of diagonal to that. Trying to find that hole. There we go. There we go. Some random thoughts or miscellaneous thoughts that you need to consider when you're building this project. The 3-foot 2x4s that I got from Home Depot were all small fractions of an inch, less than a quarter, maybe even less than an eighth of an inch difference. So there may be some small differences there. Screws, you might want a little higher quality than these exterior screws from Grip Right. I don't know how good they are, but they served its purpose. It's together. The brackets, you might upgrade the brackets if you want to spend a little more money. You might use 4x4 for the spine under the bench. You might want to get padding and stuff, but I've never had an issue with mine. In fact, I've got a cheap bench right there that I'm looking at that honestly hurt my neck from doing benching and driving my neck back because it was too soft. This one's not uncomfortable, it's just not fancy. And that's the main point of this, is it doesn't have to be fancy. It's something you can do in your own apartment, something you can do with minimal tools. I used a cheap drill that I got for $4.99 at a pawn shop, and a cheap little ratcheting screwdriver that I got at, I think, Tractor Supply, that worked for me. You know, it doesn't take a whole lot of tools. I purposely avoided using the tools I do have, so to show you that you can do this without a large tool set. I've got a giant drill press over there that I would have used to drill pilot holes. I would have measured. I would have done a lot more things differently if I was doing this professionally or as an assembly line project. I would probably more carefully pick the wood. You want to make sure the wood is not bowed too much of the main 2x12 that you purchase. The You might also look into the levelness of the cuts on the 2x12s, because I'm going to have to do some touch up and make it level so that it doesn't wobble as far as on the floor. It won't wobble under weight right now. I haven't load tested it yet. That will be my next video, or at least a soon to be coming video. That one stack is 675 pounds roughly, maybe a hair more with the curl bar. That stack is 12 25-pound plates and 6 10-pound plates, so it's a total of 360 pounds. And let's go see what it looks like here when I stand up in it. Not a problem at all. Solid as a rock. And you can build this yourself for about 30 bucks or a little bit less. Have a manly day.